When was the last time you tried something completely new, so novel and different that you actually fired new synapses in your brain? When was the last time that you pushed yourself out of a comfort zone so that you were able to experience a breakthrough, either physically or emotionally, maybe even mentally or spiritually? When was the last time that you physically exerted yourself so much that you not only had a rush of endorphins, but you ached in places that you never knew you had, and that you felt a sense of accomplishments and strength, even if it was a day or 2 or 3 later? When was the last time that you spent time in a place in nature that made you feel awe and wonder, and perhaps even deep joy and gratitude at being human and alive? I had the opportunity to experience all 4 of those things in one morning. I'm not going to make this video about me, so I'm not going to tell you about the whole experience, but I've spent the last 5 days in Davos with the Network for Transformational Leaders. And if we want to transform the world, we absolutely have to start with transforming ourselves. And so when I had the opportunity to try skiing for the very first time, I've never skied in my life. I've done ice skating. I said, sure. And there were a variety of things that happened. What happened is some of the slopes were closed, so we ended up being dropped off on a more advanced ski slope. But I was with somebody that I trusted, with a group of people that definitely trusted and loved and wanted myself and my friend Gina, who was skiing with me, to do well. But it didn't go well because although I pushed myself, I just couldn't get it right. And so what happened was, instead of it taking 3 minutes to ski down the slope, it took Gina and myself almost 3 hours. If you're interested in seeing us doing some sexy and not so elegant butt sliding down a red graded slope, then be sure to watch the end of this video or the video attached along with this. And why I'm sharing this is because what I realized through that experience is not only was I able to be in nature and try something new and push through comfort zones and to physically exert myself, but I had breakthroughs. When you physically exert yourself or try something new, that's when you're potentially able to get new insights. What happened for me was not just new insights, but I also recognized patterns of my behavior in the way that I was reacting and responding to the stressful situation. For instance, it was very confronting for me. I'm generally concerned about my image. I'm generally concerned about getting things right. I couldn't get the skiing right without falling. I must have fallen like almost 30 times. And I also looked like the dunce, right? So it was difficult and I had a lot of resistance until I actually realized, look, I have 3 options. I can walk up the slope. That's going to be a lot more difficult than going down. Or I can go down, or I can just sit here and not do anything. Fortunately, Gina and I decided to slowly walk, roly-poly, and butt slide our way down. We giggled, we cried, we had realizations. I had some things come up from the past, and that's often what happens when we physically exert ourselves. We can sometimes have memories come up. So if you do activities like this, it's also really important to take time out for self-care. So I, for instance, spent the evening on my own. I stretched. I wrote down some things that came up for me that were on my heart. I cried. And that's all part of breaking through comfort zones. We had a great presentation on our last day of our conference by Dr. David Paul, who spoke about the neuroscience behind cognitive fitness and dealing with complex change. And one of the things we need to do to keep our brains growing is learn new things and experience a sense of gratitude and awe. So my question to you is, could you try something new this week? Could you go out in nature and experience a feeling of awe and gratitude? Could you push yourself physically, trying something different or just going a little bit further than your comfort zone? And could you potentially have some kind of breakthrough in terms of doing that? So important, not just for our brain, but also for our overall holistic well-being and energy and performance. Let me know how you get on.